Just last week, y'all had black fatigue. Just last week, every other demographic who wasn't black, y'all had black fatigue. Now y'all are demanding black bodies to be put on the front line. There's other ways to protest, there's other ways to help. But I find it kind of insane that all of you had black fatigue. But now y'all need black people help. Why is the majority not asking the Asian community for help? Why is the majority not asking the Pacific Islander community for help? Why does everything always have to fall on black people? Especially when y'all have so much fatigue, right? Our existence bothered y'all so much just last week. Y'all had all this black fatigue because we told y'all stop saying the N-word in rap songs. You know what I'm saying? Stop wearing our women's box braids. Stop trying to wear fake dreadlocks. You ain't black. Y'all had black fatigue, bro. I ain't forget that. Y'all had black fatigue. But you know how black people do. We sympathetic. You know eventually we gonna help. We always give in, man. Every single time we always give in. We always give in. But just know, most of us ain't forget. Just last week, y'all all had black fatigue, bro. Y'all all had black fatigue. Y'all all had black fatigue.
So I had some white colleagues ask me what I thought about Trump actually segregating whites and blacks. And I actually told them straight up, like, honestly, I would love that. Now, they looked at me like I was crazy and they almost spit up their almond milk. And I think they thought that maybe I was saying that out of hatred, but it really isn't about hatred. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about their version of segregation. See, I'm talking about our version of righteous separation, spiritual sovereignty, and black sufficiency. See, the truth of it is that integration was never about freedom. It was finesse. It was a system's way of saying, let's stop them from succeeding independently so we can profit from their brilliance directly. It was about control. And so I want us to be very clear about this. You know, we were never separate but equal. So that's a lie. We were separate and excelling. We had our own schools. We had our own banks. We had our own businesses. And baby, we were thriving. Black Wall Street, they burned it. Rosewood, they bombed it. Wilmington, they overthrew it. Why? Because we were doing too well without them.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So as a few days ago, palm colored people had black fatigue. A lot of them had black fatigue, including the Latinos who are everywhere calling on black people for help right now because they are being deported by ICE, and now they are calling them to speak out, speak up, come out on the street and protest, put their bodies on the line and all of that. And now these people are saying they are not interested, and you guys are now gaslighting them. But few days ago, you all had black fatigue, even without knowing exactly what black fatigue were. A lot of you came out on the internet to tell us how you had black fatigue, and it's always been black people who does this and do that to you, and you feel that enough is enough and you are tired of the whole black fatigue. Black fatigue is real, and yet you want people who have always been in your faces that you don't want around to come out on the street and protest with you. Okay guys, I'm just going to let these videos roll, then I'll come back with my commentary. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch, then I'll come back with the commentary.
At this point, when you have two kids that can't agree on anything, they always constantly bickering and fighting and arguing, what do we normally do? You separate them. Segregation might be the best way, might be the best course of action at this point. Camilla was sitting by himself under the tent. Not by himself, but with others, of course. Conveniently, the white boys came out from another tent. Eyewitnesses corroborate this. They do. Come over to the tent, tell him to leave. They start jumping on him, punching him, all that stuff. Put out a knife, poked him. Life goes on, people. It goes on. To those of you who are on the inside that are my color, you going over there. Stay there. Don't try to come back. We don't want you. And the truth, white folk really don't either, truthfully. They don't really trust. One thing I can say about them that I kind of like is they don't trust turncoats. Their own people and you. And to you Hispanics that think you this, you stay over there too. Let's just separate. I mean, fuck it. Why not? I'm cool with it. It's just hilarious to me that when I saw the posts that them two twins made, showing guns and shit like that, flashing guns, I wish a monkey would show up at this track meet, flashing a little Glock with a little light on it and shit, and another little small AR pistol. That's so funny that y'all tell us not to make it about race, but you do all the time. All the time. Y'all made this about race. So guess what we're doing? Following suit. So just like you stand with your folk, which is what you're supposed to do, nobody faults y'all for that. Nobody. Stand your ground. Do that. We're going to stand with our people too. Period. You publicly display your unity. I'm publicly, and we are publicly displaying ours. You get my point? Just don't fuck with us. Leave us the fuck alone. We don't want to be around y'all no fucking way. We don't. We want to be left alone. And when you find yourself nosy and trying to find out what we're doing, you want to be around and find out, oh, what are the blacks over here doing? What are they doing over there? Don't worry about it. Mind your own boring ass business, okay? A lot of you ain't got no lives. That's why your nose is constantly in our affairs. Your opinions mean nothing. Your suggestions mean nothing. How we should live our lives. Man, fuck you and your opinion, for real. We all bleed red. We all have the same blood. No, we don't. My blood makes me this color. Your blood makes you the color you are. Or colorless. Or colorful, whatever you want to call it, whichever. But hey, these are the facts, guys. These are the facts. Frisco police confiscated every phone there. Talked to several witnesses, 50 to 70 or some shit like that. I forget what they were saying. Why they didn't turn this boy loose? Everything was video recorded. Kids pulled out their phone, recorded it. They confiscated every last one of them. But what you're trying to do, wonderful white America, what I've always said about labels, you love to label. You love to slap labels on my people. And once you slap a label on us and you put it out in the media and the media pushes that label to the public, your actions towards us is justified. It is justified. It's just hilarious. It's hilarious. Oh, he was a criminal anyway. He deserved to die. That's kind of shit y'all do. Meanwhile, the Metcalf's father was arrested for sexual assault, sexual offenses. Oh, y'all forgot that, didn't you? You left that part out, didn't you? The boys were bullies. Everybody said it about them. People that know the boys said that they were bullies. 200 plus, they big boys. They think they can talk and do whatever they want to. You were shown that you can't. Keep your hands off people. Their parents failed them. Their parents failed them. Both of them boys assaulted that young man. Both of them did. One of them paid the ultimate price. Sorry, not sorry. Now, had it been one of mine, or been one of us, which it is so fucking often, if he was in the wrong, hey, we'd have to eat that. We'd have to eat it. Down in Kentucky, y'all, something y'all white folk ain't talking about either. There's some you conveniently miss these points. How about one of your constituents, white folk, decided to shoot and kill his black wife in Kentucky? Shot her 5 times. 5 times. And they only charged him with manslaughter. That's it. 5 fucking times. His own fucking wife. So, I'm just saying, at this point, I don't care to educate any of you at all. Any of you. You stay on your side, and we'll stay on our side. We don't want to go to your restaurants because your food is bland. We don't like going to your parties because you get kind of stupid when you get drunk. You get all mouthy and all this other kind of stuff. Somebody got to put hands on you. We'd rather not deal with all that. We like to have a good time. We don't want to hear your corny jokes. Go on. At this point, segregation is the only way. No, I ain't racist. No, not at all. I hate them. Hate racists. Truthfully. But the thing about racism is funny. How y'all seem to forget what the word means. Black folk can be prejudiced. We can be, we don't like white folks. We hate white folks. But we can't affect the way you live. We cannot. A whole system of government was set up against us, my people. A whole system of government. Not a victim mentality, just stating facts. Damn near every amendment to the Constitution was set up against us, to the point to where it even said that descendants of slaves, not just African slaves, but indigenous slaves, were never included in the Constitution. The Dred Scott case. Look it up. You don't know. So that's okay. I get it. I get it. You don't want us in your neighborhood. We don't want to be in that bitch no way. Period. Our shit is wonderful. So, my brotherhood, the Watchmen, the family community, the Watchmen community, brothers and sisters, you want to join? You want to jump on? We're building something for our people. We're building for our people. There's a link, a Stan link in my bio on my page. Register with us. And let's join together, all of us. Let's become one family. One family, one family. But I caution you, only those of the same mindset, which is family, are welcomed, okay? If you're messy, no. If you don't have a progressive mindset, no. I just want to let you know that, okay? Like I said, there's a Stan link in my bio. If you want to join the Watchman Brotherhood, hit that up. Now, I'm going to say this one last thing and I'm going to shut up. We should be in every state. There should be a large conglomerate of us in every state on standby, just in case folk want to get ignorant. There should be. Texas especially, Georgia, all these southern states especially, where a lot of us are gathered. If you are one of those people who stand for us, link with everyone in this doggone video, because there's going to be a lot of y'all that look at the video. Link with each other. Share your information with each other. And lock arms together. Lock arms. Because when all this shit boils out of the pot, it's just going to be left us to take care of each other. Ashe.
So I had some white colleagues ask me what I thought about Trump actually segregating whites and blacks. And I actually told them straight up, like, honestly, I would love that. Now, they looked at me like I was crazy and they almost spit up their almond milk. And I think they thought that maybe I was saying that out of hatred, but it really isn't about hatred. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about their version of segregation. See, I'm talking about our version of righteous separation, spiritual sovereignty, and black sufficiency. See, the truth of it is that integration was never about freedom. It was finesse. It was a system's way of saying, let's stop them from succeeding independently so we can profit from their brilliance directly. It was about control. And so I want us to be very clear about this. You know, we were never separate but equal. So that's a lie. We were separate and excelling. We had our own schools. We had our own banks. We had our own businesses. And baby, we were thriving. Black Wall Street, they burned it. Rosewood, they bombed it. Wilmington, they overthrew it. Why? Because we were doing too well without them and they couldn't handle that. And so that's the truth. They didn't really want segregation gone. They wanted control. This is why we know that integration was just repackage of chains. When we were separate, we actually were building and excelling. And when they saw that we could excel without them, then it was like, oh no, we got to take control and make sure that their labor is profiting us. So right around that time, they rolled out this whole standardized testing, ACT and SAT. Y'all remember that? They created this IQ ranking to measure their norms, not our brilliance. And then we were said we were behind when we really weren't. We were just building our own lane, not asking for theirs. See, I don't know about you all, but I'm kind of tired of the lies. It's very exhausting. You know, just the lies that continue to be promoted. And I want to talk about the melanin, because this whole thing that we're not smart enough, that we're not bright enough, is simply just a lie. And so, you know, all this testing that they're doing, and I have kids in school and they're made to feel that they cannot achieve. And I have to remind them about their actual superpower, melanin. See, not just your skin tone, but in your brain, specifically neuromelanin, that rich dark pigment found in areas like the substantia nigra, which are critical for learning and memory and decision making and emotional regulation. See, if you don't know, then you won't know how to respond. But when you learn about the studies that have actually linked the neuromelanin to higher concentrations and how it's related to enhanced memory and processing and higher intelligence and faster reaction times, then you know why they have hidden this information for so long. Because when you have higher melanin, you have stronger brain resilience against degenerative diseases. So translation to that is melanin doesn't just make you glow, it makes you grow. So we know that it's not coincidental that people with more melanin have historically been creators, inventors, innovators across every discipline, while also being the most suppressed, because they know that the more melanin you have in your body and in your brain actually produces higher intelligence. So the Bible also says this too in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 7. It says he placed treasures in earthen vessels. What treasures? It was in us all along, right? So we have more melanin, and we know that people with less melanin, because it's a recessive gene and it's a mutation, lack the same level of intelligence, of many different benefits that come along with that. What's so interesting about it is that we're supposed to be looking at this as if it's something negative. But why is it negative when every other cultural group does this? Group economics. See, the truth of the matter is they have stolen from us so many different things, and yet we still survive. And so I don't want to offend, but I have to be blunt here. When we invented it, they patented it. When we built it, they banked on it. So everything we created, they made sure they benefited off of it. Just like Louis Latimer, he actually developed the light bulb, but Edison got all the glory for it. And this has been going on through history. We know that Granville T. Woods laid the foundation for trains. Corporations got the contracts. Dr. Patricia Bath revolutionized eye surgery. The system licensed the tech. Black music became white record labels, billion-dollar industries off of our talent. Every time we create, they capitalize. We are the genius, but they control the royalties. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So when we talk about the facts and segregation, I want to be very clear. It's not racist. We have to understand the dynamics of this. See, the black dollar actually is the fastest running dollar in America. So let's do the math here. And I think it's quite funny. Black people have spending power over 1.6 trillion. But guess what? That dollar stays in our community just for 6 hours, while the white community, their dollar stays in their community 17 days. And guess what? Asian communities, it stays in their community 20 days. Jewish communities over 3 weeks. Why? Because we're systemically disarmed from owning what we build. And this is no coinky dink. The scripture said this would happen. So now our dollar does the labor, but the system collects the check. And this is why I support segregation on our own terms. See, that 400 years of slavery is over. And when I say that I want us to be segregated, I don't mean oppress. I mean organize. Let's build black banks again. Let's educate our babies on the truth, not whitewashed lies. And let's support black farmers, black techs, black healing, black brilliance. And no, it doesn't mean I hate white people. No, it means I finally love us enough to stop begging for scraps from a table we built but never welcomed to. See, the Bible told us about this. Yet we hop, skip, and jump over the fact that Deuteronomy 28, 43, and 44 already said it. It says, the stranger shall rise above you high, and you shall come down low. They shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to them. And this is exactly what has been happening for 400 years plus years. We built houses, businesses, schools, and they took them and taxed them to death. But beloved, there's hope, because Deuteronomy 30:3 also says, and Yah will turn your captivity and have compassion upon you, and will return and gather you from all nations. So yes, I welcome segregation, because restoration is already in motion. And I want y'all to understand this. We are not asking for more, we're building. See, we were never given anything from you all. I'm not asking to sit at somebody's table anymore. See, I'm trying to go along with scripture and build my people, gather my people, not because they are more melanated, but because we need to know that we serve the Most High and that He's going to take care of us, because separation was never our curse. It was our covenant. And now it's our strategy. It says to come out from among them, be ye separated. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. So this isn't about racism. It's about us reclaiming what is already ours.
I guess these people thought that when they mentioned segregation, that it was going to shake everybody. It's going to shake the black people, and they are going to feel some kind of way, because they felt they cannot do anything without them, right? They felt that. They didn't know that everybody have gotten to a point of the whole white fatigue, right? They always, in fact, that's black fatigue, in fact, right? Because that was how the word was coined out. Instead of them, they're seeing it like black fatigue happened to be people, black people always being their faces and all of that, not knowing that they are the reason why black fatigue was a thing in the first place, right? And they felt that when segregation comes up, everybody will go on the street and start protesting and asking why there should be segregation in the first place, that they don't want to have their own different fountains and all of that, not knowing that these people actually want it, right? They always, in fact, they want it. They have always wanted you to segregate them. They have always said it, that they are not their ancestors, and they don't mind being segregated in any way possible. Reason being that with everything that is happening, it looks like they are always the ones at the back. You want them to do things. You want them to, you always keep them like they don't, mean anything, while you guys are always. So these are the reason why everybody's like, we don't even mind. We don't care. So if segregation is coming, it's not a problem. We do not care. If you want to segregate, it's okay for you to segregate. They didn't mind for anybody to come out and declare segregation. that desegregation didn't help them at all. Okay, they wanted it when they had their own banks, when they had their own water fountain, when they had their own restaurant, which you guys always want to come and try out their food. When they had their own restroom, they do not want to have anything to do with. So with everything that is happening, you also find out that the black dollar is so strong. You can't take it away from them that when it comes to buying power, the black dollar is always very strong. These people know how to buy, and that's why it's as if these big companies, these big corporations that they are currently boycotting are feeling it so bad. The reason is that the black people came up and said, you know what, we boycotting these companies. We have decided to go to, local stores and support local shop owners, black owned businesses and all of that. And now these big corporations are not feeling it that we made a huge mistake in the first place by, underrating these people and the power of the black dollar. They have been looking for ways to come back. Some of them have even tried to call off the whole DI rollback that they did in the first place. They now want people to bring back their money into their stores. And yet, my people said they are not interested in shopping from them yet. Yes, the whole boycotting was supposed to take 40 days, but you guys, it's taking months. And yet, they are still not shopping from them. They have decided to go to local shop owners, small business owners that are owned by black people, and shop from them. And now they are beginning to find out truly that there is something called black dollar and it's very strong. They have always known this, but they just wanted to try the waters and see which one is hot and which is, cold. And I guess they already know the warm one right now. Well, guys, I would love to read from you in the comment section. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.